It's Monday, and you know what that means. It's time for another unboxing here at PNX Handhelds. And this week, well, we've already unboxed the Thor, so can't be that, right? Well, yes and no. I actually wanted to make this video last week, but sadly for Friday, my accessories bundle did not come, but I have received the Thor accessories bundle finally. So let's get into it and find out what it's like right after this. Hey fam, Swati Tuk Kung Crap, P-Nick here, and as always, I first and foremost want to thank you for joining me for another video. I know you have a lot of options on YouTube, and I appreciate that you chose to watch me as one of your options. That said, as I mentioned in the intro, I wanted to do this unboxing for Friday's video, but sadly, the box did not come until today, which today is Saturday, so I wasn't able to do that for you. But I'm glad I'm able to do an unboxing on a Monday for you, so here we are doing an unboxing for this accessories bundle. Now, if you're curious, AYN, I purchased this at the exact same time. Why they did not come together, I'm not sure. But this accessories bundle cost $50 US. So as we go through it, I want you to think about all of these different accessories and let me know. Do you think that $50 US was too much or was it reasonable? That said, let's zoom in after we get through opening up this box. So we'll open up here with my P-Nick knife here, thanks to my wife, P. Joe. All right, and then there we go. All right, again, $50 for all of these accessories. Okay, we have the TPU shell. We have a bag. We have a case. We have a grip, and we have a lanyard. All right. So as you can see, I haven't looked at any of this, so we'll have to take a look together to see what it's like. So that said, let's go with the shell for the first bit. Push everything else off to the side. All right. Appreciate the nice branding there. And as I mentioned, let's zoom in. There we go. How's that look? Beautiful. All right. Just cutting open the lid here. Let's take a look. Now, when I think TPU, I think of the soft silicone rubbery type, but let's see what they think. Okay. Yep. Soft silicone. Nice and clear. Good. And then, of course, this guy here. Nicely packaged. I give them that. And of course, the nice white bags. All right. Interesting. All right. So let's flip it over. Match up everything the way it should be. Okay. And then okay, gives the device a shinier look for sure and a slicker feel. Now, one of the things that I'm curious about that I've seen is this grip itself. So let's see, how hard is it to take it off? Since it's soft silicone TPU, not too bad, beautiful. Let's take a look at this guy here. Now, they sadly did not have a transparent purple one. So I went with a different option. Now, they do offer some 3M tape. So I guess it is kind of slippery to come on and off, but we'll take a look. As always. So first and foremost, what would you say this is worth? $10 plus or minus US dollars? I'm not sure. But that's why I'm asking you guys. Leave those comments down below. Now you can see I went with a one that's similar to the same shell that I got on my Odin 2 portal, although it does look a little yellow, but it's not too bad really. Okay, so again, I wish they had a purple one, but the nice thing is this slides right in, close it up, open it back up, and yeah, I can actually say that I actually enjoy playing on the Thor naked, but this does add a nice grip to it. where your hands are splayed out a little bit, so it's just a bit more comfortable to get to those shoulder buttons. Okay, these are some of my favorite controls of the year, so it looks good. And don't worry if you're seeing the yellow, that's not really there, it's just the way the light is hitting it. They're not yellowed. But I wish they had a purple or a transparent purple to kind of go with it, but I understand that they didn't. And one of the benefits too is with this grip, now you don't have to worry about it. You can put it in a bag, for example. You don't have to worry about it. You can put it in a bag because this will protect everything for you. So you're not putting just pressure right here in the center where the little notch is. Now you have it spread out across. And you still have full access if you want to use the lanyards, which we'll go over there shortly. Still have full access to the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, as well as the TF card or micro SD card slot, full access to the USB-C port, power, and volume up and down. Again, I think volume up should be on this side, but as you can see, it's volume down on this side. For me, it just makes sense to action on that side, and that would be volume down. But again, I could be crazy, but that's just my thought process. Now, the nice thing is this can slide on and off fairly easily. But one thing I saw is that we can put this on, and then we should be able to slide this on as well. Let's see here. If we really want to. There we go. Now makes it stay on there really, really snugly. Gives you the extra protection. Of course, your vent is still open in case you're curious, as well as your exhaust. So everything is still fully open. Push it in. There we go. Yeah. I mean, either way, it feels really good having this grip on it. I like how it feels personally. Again, as you guys know, P for PNIC and unlocked. Beautiful. And yes, I have downloaded Genshin Impact. So for Wednesday's live stream, I'll be doing Genshin Impact. And Brainbeat had requested God of War and Gran Turismo from Vita, but those were only remakes of the PSP versions. So we'll be going over those on the live stream, as well as any other games that you guys might suggest down in the comment section below. So don't hesitate. Let me know what you want. And again, I want to know the name of the game and what platform it's on. And I'll do my best to make sure that those are added on there for Wednesday's live stream at 7 p.m. Thai time. All right, so we have our great little TPU case, that's the silicone case, as well as the grip case to make it feel like a console controller. So far, we're off to a great start. What would you guess this guy would be worth normally? $15, $20 probably, especially if you bought it at a retail store like Best Buy in the US. And of course, as I mentioned, you do have the 3M tape to try to hold it in there if you don't want to use this. Now, of course, if I want to, I can take off the top part and just have the bottom protected. Right? You get that customizability, that flexibility, and I appreciate that AYN is giving that to us. So if I want it to look like this, absolutely. And I'd prefer that look, honestly. And I don't mind the shiny look since I'm not touching it that much, but it does kind of feel nice to the hand actually to have that little bit of slickness almost to it right there, whereas you have the grittiness down here, so it gives you the contrast in textures. I know some people would not be a fan of having the contrast of textures, but I think it's pretty great having that, at least in my opinion. Makes it easier when I want to slide up my finger, just slides up so I can do the both shoulder buttons at the same time. So far, I think that's pretty good. Now, as I mentioned, there's lanyard holes. So if you're not familiar with lanyards, if you're not from the era of lanyards, think of the Nintendo Wii. Those Wii straps are lanyards, right? So you put it through either side that you wish, and then you have yourself a wrist strap. And it's pretty nice little quality. I appreciate it. It's almost like high quality shoestring material. And this feels at least like fake leather, if not real suede leather. So that's pretty cool. Again, something like this for your device. How much do you think you would pay for that? Let me know down in the comment section below. Would you ever use this lanyard? And then we have two other things here. We have the pouch, AYN branded pouch. See, can we put it in with the grip? Looks like we should be able to. So, absolutely. So if you have a bag and you want to throw it in your bag, but you want to make sure that it stays safe and not get scratched up, you can use the little pouch. The nice thing is this is also the same kind of texture as glasses cleaner and the same pouch that I use to clean my screen with. You can actually make sure that your screen is nicely protected with this. All right. So how much would you pay for a microfiber pouch that's built by your manufacturer for your device? And then our final accessory. I think this is pretty nifty as well. And why did that? How you have that here? I'm not sure. Let's move that over there. All right. So you can probably see here, yeah, it looks like you can, that this has the humps for the grips. Okay. Has a really nice feel to it. Let's take a look at the inside. Like the little AYN branded string here. Oh, okay, there we are. I was about to say, I thought that this came with it, but it does. It's just inside here. So we get a top screen and a bottom screen tempered glass screen protector. Again, how much for your Samsung Galaxy 23 Ultra do you pay for a screen protector, tempered glass? Or what about your iPhone 16 Pro Max? How much are you paying for the tempered glass screen protector from that? You get both because you have two screens on here. So you get both right here. I think that's really great. Oh, now this is something that a lot of companies haven't done. They'll have this pouch, but they'll only have this ribbon here. So your charging cable could easily slide out. So they've done it where it's nested with another pouch lid, basically, to keep your cable from popping out. So put your charging cable in here, and then you have that lid that covers that part. So it should be a lot less likely to fall out. So let's take a look here. Oh, fits like a dream in there. I don't know if you can see, but fits like an absolute dream. What happens if you're not smart enough and you put it the wrong way? You're going to know you're not putting it the right way. So don't worry. You can easily know you're putting it in the right way. That actually feels really great. Now, the question I have is, what is it like if you don't have on this grip? Definitely jostles around, as this is meant for it. Now, they do have a case specifically for someone that's not buying the grip case. So if you're just interested in a carrying case, they do actually have that. So they do have you covered still. But I'm thinking I might keep it on this guy because I like how this feels. And as you can see, my AYN Odin 2 portal, I kept it on mine as well. Okay, and I don't know, let's just see, can you see? Has a nice little grippy, but not painful grippy, just nice grippy texture there. I think that's really great. So again, how much would you pay for a carrying case for anything? A mouse, a phone, anything. Can you think of what you would normally pay for that? Right? And of course you have a nice little wrist strap. So you can grab it by that, or of course you can put your wrist inside if you really wish. And I'm having trouble talking today. All right. So, all in all, I think that's pretty great. And one thing I want to mention, because I can feel it, yeah, here, is for the bottom screen, because remember, the whole thing is glass on the bottom, right? So that's one thing I was kind of worried about, is they were just going to cover the screen, but still leave a lot of glass exposed. But I can tell by how I feel here. Yeah, see, there we go. Oh, no, it goes definitely like that. Oh, yeah, yeah. See, perfect. That way you're protecting all of the glass on the device. And of course, this covers all the glass on the top. But that's a normal shape, whereas this is not a normal shape. So they had to get this tempered glass specially made for this device. So I had been thinking, did I need to buy one separately? Because I had forgotten this would come with it. Now, if any of you have watched any of my previous videos, I've talked about how my first full-time job in Canada was working at a cell phone store provider. In Canada, it was called Bell. And then later on, I taught the sales staff of another provider called TELUS how to sell to customers in stores. So I'm very familiar with the retail telecom space. I can tell you that even the non-branded ones of these normally cost about 30 Canadian, so about 20 US dollars. A cheap TPU one, again, normally about $15 Canadian, about $10 US, so there's about $40. The grip case, obviously, that's not something that would normally come on a phone. But again, if we just go off of this and say same price, another $10 US. So there's $50 right there by itself. And then this bag, having one that can also clean your screen for you. Again, normally $20 US, so about 15 Canadian, so there's about $65. And having loved technology for a long time, I can tell you Best Buy would normally sell a case like this for, whew, if I'm being honest, probably about $20, $25 Canadian. Let's lowball down to 20, so about 15. So that's what, $70 normally. And then a lanyard would normally go for, $7, about $5 US, so about $80. I would say that this would go for anywhere between, this whole bundle would cost $80 to $100 US. So the fact you get it for 50 and you only have to pay for the shipping the one time if you buy it at the same time as your device, I think that's a really good deal. I appreciate AYN giving us that. So let me know down in the comment section below. Now that you've seen the accessories, do you agree with me? Is this a good value? Or do you think that they could have done better? And let me know, what's your favorite accessory? The case, the pouch, the grip, the clear TPU shell, or the lanyard? And which one would you use on your device daily? So I'm not going to bother you anymore. I want you to be able to get back to your day and know that Friday is coming with the full review and Wednesday is a live stream. So again, let me know down in the comments what games you want to see, console or handheld based, and let me know which game you want. So to do that, again, remember, I need to know what console is it on and what device. Because for example, there was God of War on PS2 and PS3, and there was obviously God of War on PSP. There was not natively on the Vita, which I had forgotten about. Same thing for Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo has been on many consoles. If you want to see Gran Turismo, tell me Gran Turismo on PS2 or Gran Turismo 4 PS2, something like that, so I can make sure I have the ROMs ready to go. So whether you're able to join me live or you can join later, I want you to be able to see the games that you requested. And you can ask Frostbite 11. I was able to get his game, even though never been my style of game, but I was happy to try it out for him to show that it works well. And I was able to test out some of the games that Ethan wanted. And Brain Beach, I did not have his games that he wanted, but I'm going to add them so we can review them on Wednesday's live stream. Because I want you guys to be able to watch me play games on this, ask questions live if you can attend live. If not, leave a comment afterwards. Because at the end of the day, I make these videos so you can make an informed decision. Because at the end of the day, I make these videos for you guys. So you can learn about devices that you may not be familiar with, or you may be familiar with, but you're not sure if it meets your needs. So I want to make sure that you guys can make informed decisions based on my experiences with you. And hopefully you enjoy it along the way. So with that said, I'm going to let you go. So until next time, this has been P. Nick. Extremely excited to announce the PNix Handhelds official worldwide giveaways. Now, each giveaway will happen at predetermined benchmarks. What are those benchmarks, you may ask? Well, the first one will be to have 100 YouTube channel subscribers. After that, the second benchmark will be to have 500 YouTube channel subscribers. And the third benchmark will be when we reach 1,000 YouTube channel subscribers. And then the fourth benchmark and all subsequent benchmarks thereafter will be when we receive 1,000 more subscribers than the previous benchmark. So again, think 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and so on subscribers. Now, to qualify for the giveaway, you must A, be subscribed to the PNix Handhelds YouTube channel, of course. The second qualification would be that you would need to register on pnix-handhelds.com. And the third qualification will be that you send me a private message on the website to let me know your username on YouTube. This is simply because YouTube will not allow me to have direct private communication with my subscribers, and this will just facilitate that much easier for us. After each benchmark has been met, I will randomly select a YouTube subscriber and reply to their private message from the website. The gifts will include a branded coffee mug, t shirt, or desk mat, or other options may become available in the future. Subscribers are eligible to win a gift once every 3 months or every 3 gifts, whichever happens first.